When I was about 7, there was this toy I saw a coupon for in a Walmart ad. This toy was originally priced at $9.99, but with the coupon, it would only be $7.99. So something you need to understand is that about 90% of the things me and my brothers got were from garage sales. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It was actually very smart. That just means we would rarely buy anything new, especially things like toys. But this one just caught my eye. I wanted it, so I decided to save for it. The day finally came after I had saved enough money. I had my opportunity to buy it. But before we could go to Walmart, we had to attend a party. When we arrived at this party, we saw that they had an inflatable slide. As a 7-year-old, seeing all these kids having fun made me want to have some fun too. Problem was, I had 5 bills and $3.63 worth of change in my pocket. And I knew if I slid down this slide in my slick slacks, there was a good chance I was going to drop some of it. After about 20 minutes of standing around like a dumbass, I had the brilliant idea to put my money, and the coupon of course, in my shoe and hid them under a stack of chairs. After I finished having some sick fun, I went back to put my shoes on and get my money. I picked up my shoe, looked inside, and what I found was 2 pennies and my coupon. I never got the toy. The hilarious part is that everyone who attended the party was from my church. So, what happened? When I was 10, my brother's school was doing this festival thing and they were going to have raffles on stuff like radios, iPods, mini TVs, and a Nintendo DS. I heard about these DSs. It was a Game Boy with 2 screens. I never wanted anything more than that 2-screened Game Boy, bro. The night came and me and my family went to the festival and stayed into the inn for the raffles. I bought about 20 tickets and put them all towards the DS. The vice principal walked onto the stage and started calling out the winners on the first few items. Then, it was time for my DS. I had done a few raffles before, but I never really expected to actually win any of them. But this time it felt different. You know what I mean? She reached in that box, pulled out the ticket, and called out some random kid's name. I remember the ride home. I had a can of Coke in my left hand and a tray of nachos on my right. But 10 years later, I got one. Thanks to my brother. I still have it. My last story is when I was 14. I mentioned in my last video that I used to not like fighting. But after a couple of years of doing it, I found out I was pretty okay at it. So it became a dream of mine to become an athlete. Physically competing against others became the only thing that got me excited. That and reading a good story. But, I wanted to try out for football in high school, then try to become a mixed martial arts fighter. But when I was 14, I was working at a ranch for the summer. One day I was working on removing the top of a metal tent and I kinda accidentally fell off the ladder I was on. I wasn't super high up and I was able to land on my feet. Thing is, I landed on my right foot a little before my left. This made the right side of my lower back as fragile as a wafer. After a couple of months of pain flaring up, I finally went to a doctor who made me go to a chiropractor, who pretty much told me my dream was dead. It's funny how the things you might want so badly, sometimes you just can't get them. I do, however, believe in fate, and I believe those things were meant to be. But I think things turned out okay in the end.